Called Shulchan Aruch Yomi, and every day we learn maybe 9 seifim at a nice pace. We understand it well. It's recorded. It goes around podcasts, or it's online, downloadable, or WhatsApps, and we'll see if it picks up. But it's a great lumad, whatever you're doing, to always learn something. Halacha, aliba dehilchasa, you understand it, but also with the ketzev, so you're not stuck on the same 3 simanim all year. But so that's what. So right now we just started Yoredeya. You're free to learn at your own pace or join us. We are on siman maybe Tedvav. Every day it changes. So we are. Anyways, we're in the middle of the beginning parts of Hilchot Shechita with the Sakin, and today we were learning about Oso Ved Beno. And anyway, so now we're going to learn Lamaaseh with the knife and with chickens, and we'll see if there's bikush. Maybe we'll do in a month. We'll do with sheep and Treifos. But that's the anyway. So are you being recording? Okay. So, anyways, I just want to introduce the Rav Amitai Ben David, and I know him for a number of years, and he's the author of Sichas Chulin. He has a Kollel where he teaches anyone how to be a shochet, gets Kabbalah, hands-on. He also has his own private label, private chabura for hashkacha. You can pick it up in Yerushalayim whenever you want. And it's a big honor. He's one of the world experts in halachot and teaching and in Shechita and related to that. And he's a big anav. When I asked him about which books to get when it comes to learning, so he said, well, there's this book and that book, and one of the books he mentioned was Sichas Chulin. He wasn't even the mechaver. And it's known, he even helps others to teach whether Hilchot Shechita and so on. But anyways, thank you so much. And
they are now learning the beginning of Yoredeya, and they're starting Ilches Shechita and Oise Bez Bnoi, and afterwards they'll learn about the Sakin Shechita and the Chamesh Ilches Shechita. So that's the part of the beginning of Yoredeya till Simen Kafteis. Simen Kafteis, they start the halachas of Treifos, and that's best to see on an animal, on a behemoth, to see all the treifos. Because most of the poskim and also the Gemores, when they speak about a behemoth. Most of the halachas of treifos belong to the lungs, to the re'ah. And that's an issue in the behemoth. But in the oif, it's not such a big deal. So usually, the poskim don't speak about oif. Sometimes they mention, ubeoif, the halacha is like this. Okay? So, for the beginning, today we'll show how do we do shechita on the oif, and how do you check to know that it's a kosher bird. And that's already belongs to Siman Pei Bes, to learn it not now, but we have to know that before we do the Shechita. And Ilchot Kisuy HaDam. And we'll see also the Treifos of the chicken. Okay? That will be more short and more simple. It says in the Torah, Parshas Re'eh, V'zovachto ka'asher tzivisicho. No details, no explanation, nothing. The Torah says, Kasher tzivisicho. Where? Look in the Chumash. Find where is that tzivui, tzivisicho. Where is that? So the Gemara says, it's not written in the Torah. It's halocha leMoshe miSinai. That means that the Posuk mentions that there will be halocha leMoshe miSinai, and all the details we get from Moshe miSinai, and they become deoraise. The Pri Megadim says, even though it's halocha leMoshe miSinai, there's machlokes rishonim. Is halocha leMoshe miSinai considered deoraise or divrei soifrim? Rambam beSefer HaMitzvos, VaRamban. But here, Pri Megadim says every sofek that we have in Halacha LeMoshe Misinai is Deoraise. Why? Because the Posuk said, Kasher Tzivisicho. So the Posuk invited already the Halacha LeMoshe Misinai to come into the Posuk, and that makes the Halacha LeMoshe Misinai to be Deoraise. And the Pri Megadim also says also by Oif, because there's a Deo of Tanoim. Tanoim say, En Shechita Lo'oif Min HaTeireh. The Shechita, it says, V'zovachto mi bekorcho mitzoinecho. Only an animal. And we have a Hekesh, Huksho Behemo Lechayo. All the halachas of Behemoth you have also in Chayos. Okay. But Oif, it doesn't say Oif. But the Halacha LeMoshe Misinai, the Loshen of Halacha LeMoshe Misinai, the Gemara says, Nitztava Moshe Rabbeinu Olo Vasholom al Shechitas HaBeheme v'Shechitas HaOif. The Halacha LeMoshe Misinai said also Oif. So even though some Tanoim hold that Shechitas HaOif lo min HaTeireh, but we hold that Shechitas HaOif min HaTeireh, and also by Oif, all the halachas are lechumre, sofek lechumre, like it is leoraise.
What is included in Kasher Tzivisicha that you said before? Kasher Tzivisicha made it for sure, Deraisa.
Okay, so what is included in that? The Gemara says two things. One is the Chamesh Ilchois Shchite, that I'll say soon what they are. And the second thing is Nitztavo al Shchitas Simen Echod Bo'oif Ushne Simonim Babeheme. What are those Simonim? We'll see soon. We have two pipes on the throat of the beheme, of the bird, and we have to cut one pipe in the oif or two pipes in the beheme. Those pipes are the windpipe, the kone, and the veshet, esophagus. The chiyus of the animal or the bird is in there, and that's the reason it's called simonim. It's a sign to show you if it's alive or not, if it's muter or osul. So that's one detail that Moshe nitztava b'Sinai, roi vechot ba'oif, roi v'shnayim ba'beheme. And also the chamesh ilchois shchite. What are those chamesh ilchois shchite? The Gemara gives them names. Shehiyeh, droso, chalode, hagrome, ikur. 5 haloches that the Gemara says, Kol taboch sheino yodeh chamesh ilchois shchite, osur lechol mishchitosoi. If somebody will go to the factory, it's called shlachtois, the house of slaughtering. They'll stand there and look at the sheichtim. What do? He takes the knife, he opens, he takes the knife, he checks it. Yes, then he takes the cow and he cuts the neck. Okay, I can do the same thing. I'll do exactly the same thing. And you can eat from my shechita. Says the Gemara, no, you can't eat. Why? Because you have some details that even if I stand and look at him, I don't realize that he has to pay attention to do those things. So, mi shelo yodeh hilchos shchite, osur lechol mishchitosoi, ki vadai shenibel. He made it nevele. The mitzvah is vezovachto, then we have a kosher meat. But if it's not a kosher shchita, then the meat is nevele. If somebody chas v'sholom eats kazayis from that, it's 39 malchus. If also when there was tume v'tayre, so it's tome, nevele. So we have to know that. Serious. So now we have these 5 details. What are those details? Shehiyeh. Shehiyeh means delay. You're not allowed to delay, lishhot, to stop in the middle of the shechita. When you do the action of the shechita, the knife has to go back and forth. Hoiloche ve'avoe. You're not allowed to stop in the middle. If you stopped more than the time that takes to do such a shechita, that is shehiyah. Okay? Drose means you're not allowed to press. You have to do b'hoiloche ve'avoeh. You're allowed to press during the aloche ve'avoeh, so it will cut. But you're not allowed to cut only by pressing. That is drose. Drose means pressing. And chalode. Chalode is also halocha leMoshe miSinai. The knife is not allowed to be covered during the shechita. Why? Halocha leMoshe miSinai. Ratzon aboire. That's one halocha. And the third halocha is hagrome. Hagrome means that the shechita has to be in a certain place in the neck, not all the whole neck. We have to know where. That it will show. Now, the fifth halacha is ikur. What is ikur? Ikur, we have a machloikes. Baal haloches gdoilois, he says that ikur is that if the simonim are not attached to the neck, they're dislocated, so then you can't do shechita on such an animal. So that's ikur. But other meforshim, they say the chamesh hilchos shechita are details in the meise shechita, in shechita. The ikur, if you say that the simonim are uprooted, when did that happen? It can happen a year ago. So it has nothing to do with the shechita. You say that you're doing a posel shechita, I'm doing a kosher shechita, but the simonim are posel. You can say that it's treifos, that chicken is treifos, okay, but it's not nevele. Nevele means that I didn't do a shechita. I do a shechita, but the simonim are not attached. So Rashi and Treifos, they say that ikur means if you do a shechita with a posel knife. What is a posel knife? The knife must be chad v'cholok, sharp and smooth. Why? Because if it's smooth, that means that when I cut, there's no pain. It says in Sefer HaChinuch, Ta'am mitzvahs hashchite mishum tsar ba'alei. The behemoth doesn't feel at all, nothing. You can ask shoichtim that once cut their finger, they'll tell you don't feel it because it's so smooth, you don't feel it. And the shoichet is supposed to check it with his nail to see that he drives on the knife without stopping. No nicks, no cracks, no feelings. It's like smooth, like oil. He runs like that. And also, but it must be sharp. Why? Because if it won't be sharp, it won't cut. So he has to do two things, and they don't go together. Sharpness and smoothness are not it's a steering. So you have to play with it. Make it sharp enough that it won't lose the smoothness, and make it smooth that it won't lose the sharpness. Okay? And that's how we have to prepare the knife. So if we have a nick, we have three types of nicks. Sholosh pgimo ise. Yesh pgimo oigeres. What is oigeres? Oigeres means it keeps the finger. When I pass the finger, if I have no nicks, so I pass. I don't get stuck. But if there's a nick, so then the finger falls inside. So that's called oigeres. Oigeres means it keeps the finger. Oiger. Now, what does that pgimo oigeres do? We say knives like this, let's say we slice bread. When we slice bread, we have crumbs. Those crumbs mean that I'm not cutting the bread. I'm tearing the bread. The pieces that come off from the bread, that's the crumbs. So I'm tearing off pieces. That's not shechita. It's not vezovachto. Vezovachto means that you cut and no pain. And it's friendly. You just cut and he's dead. But if we use a knife with the gimois, so we tear the simonim. It's the Gemara says, Rashi says, it's chanike. It's choking the behemoth, choking the off. So those gimis are for sure puzzle. That's nevele. But there's another type of pigima. If, let's say, it's only from one side, because if I see the knife has pigimis, so I can sharpen the knife. I take, we have special marble stones that we sharpen the knife. If I see a pigima, bring this stone, and I sharpen the knife. I take off the pigima. Okay? But if I didn't do it properly, sometimes only one side, one point of the pigima came off, and the other point is still existing. So then, when I check the knife, I feel it from one direction, but when I bring it back, I won't feel it. That's called pigime mesuchseches. So pigime mesuchseches is kosher if I only bring the knife in one direction. So then the point didn't hit the siman. But if I bring it back, then the point will hit the siman. So mesuchseches is kosher only b'di'eved if the shochet says he's sure that he only went one direction. He didn't go back and forth. La'aloche, you learn that siman yudches. You learn that we don't know what is mesuchseches. We don't. We poison mesuchseches. But also there is something less than a mesuchseches. What is that? The Gemara says if you have a very, very slight feeling that it feels like the stick of the grain of a chito. The chito, the wheat, has like horns on it. The sticks that come out, those sticks are a little bit sticky. If you pass your finger on that stick, it's not smooth. You feel something like, if you look in the microscope, you see it has very small hairs. It's hair. Why is that? Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu made it for the wheat in order that the seeds will spread around and grow up new wheat. So those sticks, they get caught in the wool of sheep that pass by or people that pass by. They get stuck in their pants and they carry the seed of the wheat and it falls some other place and then you have new wheat. So all those grains, they have like that sticky feeling that the seed will get stick to something. Okay? So if I have a sakin that I feel like that, I feel it like sticky, doesn't run, it's a little bit jumping or tickling, it's not so smooth. So the Gemara says, are you allowed to shecht with such a knife? So the Gemara, the second Amoiro, he answered, yes, for sure. Give me a piece of meat from such a shechita. It's a good shechita. Okay? So lehaloche, it's kosher. It's called magata kemaga roish hashiboiles. That's how it's called. Or in the Gemara, it's called damya lesasa. Okay? So, but Ramo says, anan lo bekiinen bedamya lesasa. We're not boki. So therefore, today we're not allowed to shecht in damya lesasa. Because we're not boki in that. And also, poiskim of the Sfaradim, they also say that we won't be more boki than the Ramo. If Ramo said we're not boki, so also the Sfaradim are not boki. So today, nobody shechts with those types of knives. They all have a chad v'cholok knife. So that are, and also the bdike in the Gemara and Shulchan Aruch say that I have to check not only with the nail and from three directions, from one side here, back and forth, and the other side. I also have to check with the flesh, a bisra. And yes, in one of the Rav Yosef, no, not Rav Yosef. Who was Sagi Nahor? Rav Sheshes. Rav Sheshes, he checked on his tongue. He checked the knife. Okay? And some checked with a drop of water or with a chuta sayro. Very, very fine checking. Okay? But today we do only on the nail. We don't do not on the flesh, not on bisre, because our knives are very thin and we can feel anything with the nail of the finger, and that's what we do. Also, in the halacha of drose is included the length of the knife. So I won't make a drose, so I must have a knife for each type of animal or bird. So the knife has to be twice the roichav tzavor. That means if I'm here, I shecht sheep, so this has 2 necks of a sheep. Why? Because then if I do only holoche or only havoe, so chachamim will be sure that I don't press. Because if the knife is short, so I'll press in order to finish the knife with the simonim. And if I have a long knife, I won't press because I know that I can go a long way and cut. So therefore, that's the reason we have a special knife for behemeh and a special knife for oif. And for behemo gaso, we also have a bigger one. I didn't bring it with me. That was last shiur we showed it. So now we all know Chamesh Ilchos Shechita. So it's not enough if you do Shechita. I can't say that you know it, but at least you know that you have to be careful. Okay. Now we will speak about how do we know that the bird is kosher. Everybody knows that a behemah, we have a simple simonim. Male gero, mafreses parso. That's a simple thing. But oif, the Torah doesn't say anything. We just have a list of all the oifes that are forbidden. And we know, the Rambam says, Kol she'ino 124 atmein, harei ze vadai kosher. But we don't know that list. Peres, it's inside here. Yeah. Put it on there. 1 minute. Wait a minute. So, we don't know the list. We don't know what is nesher. You will say it's an eagle. Somebody else will say it's a vulture. Somebody will say it's a kite. We don't know exactly what is a nesher. And we don't know what is oirev. One will say raven. One will say other things. So we don't know exactly now what are the oifos atmeim. So therefore, we can't know what are the oifos ateorim. So the Mishnah gave us simonim. 3 simonim for the oif, to know if it's oif kosher or oif tomei. But those simonim are on the body of the chicken. But we also have a siman that is on the behavior of the bird. What is that? The Mishnah says, Kol oif adoires tome. Any prey bird is tome for sure. With simonim, without simonim, we don't care. If it's a prey bird, it's doires, so it's also. But what is doires? Doires, we have 4 perushim. Rashi says 2 perushim. 1, if the bird, when the bird eats, he takes the food with his foot and puts it in his mouth, that's doires. Second Perush, Rashi says, if the bird, when it's eating, it steps on the food and he tears off pieces with his mouth, that is doires. That's the way they eat meat. The kosher birds, they don't eat meat, they only eat seeds, so they pick it with they don't have to hold it with their foot. The third Perush is Perush Rabbeinu Tam. He says any bird that eats another bird or another animal without killing it. He straight catches it and starts to eat it before it's dead. That's doires. The fourth Perush is Perush Haran. Haran says that all those who run after other animals and hit them with their foot, that's doires. Okay? So that's the first thing we must know about every bird we want to shecht. But in order to know that, you have to have that bird for years to see how he eats, how he behaves. So that's the reason today we don't eat any bird, any new bird, only birds that we have masoires. Because Rashi said it's a sign that you have in the behavior of the bird. So it can change any day, and it happened in history that there was a bird that the Gemara said you're allowed to eat it, and one day they saw that it's catching other birds with it made drise, and from then on they were aser that bird. Therefore, today we don't eat any new bird, only if we have a masoires. Masoires, that means masoires doesn't have to come from a chief rabbi. Masoires can come also from a hunter that he is Yerushalayim and he's muchzak bekashrus, he's lo choshud ala kashrus, and he tells you, this bird I saw in such and such place, they eat it, then you can eat it. Okay, but if we don't have a masoires, so we can't do. The other simonim are on the body of the bird. So we have to see the body of the bird. Okay. This is a chicken. Okay. This chicken is a female, an egg layer. And even though she looks very skinny, but she has good eggs, and she's tasty also. It's a natural domesticated chicken that used to be, it's not the white, fat, stuffed chicken that they use in the factories. This is a chicken like used to be in the backyard, all the generations that you go and you catch it. You don't have a lot of meat, but it's more healthy and more natural. Okay. So now, what are the simonim? Simonei ha'oif. So the Gemara says, Kol sheyesh lo etzba yeseiro. It has one finger more, yeseiro. What is that? Rashi says, the kosher birds, they all have one small finger at the back and 3 long fingers at the front. So this is called etzba yeseiro. That is simen taire. And also Rashi says he doesn't step on it. Usually he steps on the 3 front, and that back one is in the air. It reaches the floor, but why is that? Because he's not a prey bird. The prey birds, the back finger is long, and they're able to fold it backwards to catch the whatever they catch. Okay, but the kosher birds, they need this finger for standing on a branch. Usually, he goes to sleep on a tree, on a branch, or on the fence. So Therefore, he needs that finger will be small and higher that he can hold, and then he can sleep. He sleeps when he's holding the fence. He will never fall because he has in his ear a special balance center that even when he's sleeping, he doesn't move at all. Okay? Now, that is one perush of Etzba Yisero. The second perush is perush Haran. Haran says that he has 3 fingers, and the middle finger is longer than the 2 others. That is the siman taire of Etzba Yisero. Okay, so one siman this chicken has. The second siman is Yesh Loi Zefek. Zefek in English is called crop. The crop is like a sac right at the end of the esophagus where the food goes inside and it sucks there. It's like it sits there and there are like chemicals there, acids, and it's soft. If we want it to be quiet, the way to do it is to put it upside down. Don't laugh, don't laugh. You see, she'll be quiet now. Okay. Why? Why is she quiet? Because all the blood goes down to the head and it makes her dizzy or tired. Okay? And also, the real reason is because the birds, they don't speak from their mouth. It's not like the people, they have the vocal cords at the end of the neck. But the birds, they have it in the stomach, between the 2 lungs. So now, in order to make sounds, she must be like this and let the air come up. But if she's upside down, so she can't push the air from that box, the vocal cord. Okay? That's the reason. Okay, so now we have quiet. We'll continue. The crop is like a small stomach that is in the entrance to the stomach. Before the real stomach, we have the crop, the zefik. Here I feel it, it's here. Why do we have it? That shows us that the bird doesn't eat meat. It eats seeds or bread or things that they have to soften before they go in. Abarbanel in Parshas Shmini, he says all those simonim of the oif, they show that it's a oif that is not a bird of prey. Also he says, Malegero mafris parso, shows us that that's an animal that eats only grass. So he has to do malegero. And mafris parso shows us that he's an animal that has to escape, has to run away all the time from the wolf, okay? So also the Etzba Yisera, he says, that shows us that he has to run. So he has one small toe that won't bother him when he runs, okay? He has to run away. The third semen is kurkevonoi niklaf. He has a gizzard, a kurkevon, and we can peel it. And in order to see that, we must open his stomach. So let's do that. Now, before the shechita, what we have to do is to prepare ofor. It says in the posuk, Parshas Shoiftim. No, not Parshas Shoiftim. Parshas Kdoishim. V'chisohu be'ofor. Ve'ish ki yotzud tzed chayo oif. V'shofach es domoi v'chisohu be'ofor. What is be'ofor? The Gemara learns that you need that there'll be ofor before you do the shechita, and then you add ofor after you do the shechita. So we have to prepare ofor before. So let's put a piece of plastic over here. So we'll be able afterwards to take it off. Yeah, that's good. Now, half of it But first, it says the ofor has to be ofor tichoyach. That means it has to be like sand, not pieces, crumbs, yes. Okay, so I just want to grind it. Okay, now you can put half of it, put on the table, and the other half we'll keep for the Kisuy HaDam. Yeah? Okay. Very good. Now, before the Shechita, I have to check the knife, and after the Shechita, I have to check the knife. Why? Because there's a chashash that maybe one of the feathers or something, dirt or something, hit the knife before the knife cut the simonim. So therefore, I check the knife before the Shechita and also after the Shechita. Even though I have a chazokeh for the knife, but in order to take the bird out of the chazokeh of the bird now also has chezkas isur. As the Gemara says, you can't eat it till you know achi be'imo or off bechaye or bechezkas isur omedes achi lecha b'ma nishcheto. What is yivada lecha? That you check the knife. Okay. The children don't have to look. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו על השחיטה. Now I check to see the simonim. If I cut the kone and veshet, I see veshet is cut. Also kone is cut. Veshet and kone are cut. Kuloi. And then I hold it upside down that the blood will come out and go into the ofor. But I'm not allowed to do yet Kisuy HaDam till I check the knife again. Okay? That I'll be sure that it's okay. Opa. Now, this period of time is called pirkus. I shecht already 2 simonim. So lefi haloche, it's shochut. So I can eat it. It's shochut shnei simonim. But it looks alive. It's still moving, still jumping. So they have a different love, not the love of nevele or ever minachai. There's a love of lo yisoichlu al adam. There's a love that till we have yetzias neshome of the bird or the animal, I'm not allowed to eat it because it's called toichlu al adam. Machloikes Rambam v'Rashi im ze deoraisa or rak asmachta be'alme. Okay, but now we have also we have to know also if I'm allowed to eat it. If I take out a piece of meat from the animal or the oif between the shechita and the yetzias neshome, so it's okay as long as I wait till it will have yetzias neshome, and then I can eat it. I mean that it's not ever minachai. I can take off a piece, and when the yetzias neshome comes, so then I can eat it, even though I took it out of the oif before. Now I check again. I have to, bring me this. Very good. Now we can do Kisuy HaDam. You remember the broche? Here I have it. No, it's not first time. It's not his first time. And also, the one who does Shechianu is the shoichet that he did it his first time. So then he's saying on the first time of Shechita that he's doing, and also on the first time of Kisuy HaDam. But if somebody just got it as a kibud, so he can't say Shechianu ala mitzvah. It has to go with the Shechita. Here, you have here. And then you can take this with you. Okay? Here.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al kisui dam be'afan.
Amen. Yeah, more. It says, afilu kisa miktsas domoy. It's okay. But Ramo says you have to be mehader and add more and also let more blood to come out that you can, okay, say that. Okay, this is yours. Now we'll open the chicken. We'll leave it for a few minutes, okay? Because the Kisuy HaDam has to be permanent. I can't do something like temporary and immediately throw it. So I'm leaving it here that I show that we did mitzvahs Kisuy HaDam. You know, it says in Zohar HaKodesh, Mi shemechase et Adam, az HaKodesh Baruch Hu yechase oto me'abale choivois shelo. But he doesn't mean the bank and the iriyah. He means Yetzirah, that he's a Baal Choiv, that he's roidef after the person. Okay, said, and now we'll move it. Okay. If the knife will have a pugam, we do mitzvahs Kisuy HaDam bli broche. Why? Because it's only a sofek. Because we have a sofek. When did that pugima happen? Did it happen from the skin? Or maybe it happened from the bone at the end. If it happened from the bone, so then it's kosher. If it happened from the skin, it's nevele. So to eat it, I can't eat. Because bring a raya when it happened. I don't know. But to do the Kisuy HaDam, I can't be niftar from a mitzvah that I'm supposed to do. Okay, so now, first thing we want to see is the bdikas asimonim. We have to see that I did a proper shechita. How do I do that? There's a special way to check. It's called tkifas agudol. That means a thumb. I press with my thumb. I press it like this, and then the pipes come out, jump out. You see, this is the windpipe, the kone. Ramo says, if the kone was not attached to the place, so when I leave go, it won't jump back inside. If it's flexible, like I jumps out and I leave, I let go, it goes in, so that tells me that the shechita was good, and also that the simonim are attached to the head. The second siman here is the veshet. So you see it right behind the kone. This is the kone, and the veshet is here. This is the veshet. This is the pipe of the food, the esophagus that brings the food down. And this is the windpipe that brings the air. Now they both go down the neck. Here we see this is the veshet and the kone. And the veshet, when it reaches the entrance to the body, we have that sac that is called zefek, or in English, crop. Here we see this is the zefek The zefek is one of the simone taire. Here is all the food he ate today. You can see, if we want, we can open it. Afterwards, we'll see. Corn. No, nicht the pupik. The pupik is the kurkevon.
Okay.
Yes? This is, zefek is crop.
Is it kosher to eat?
No.
Zefik is by the mizbeach, you have to throw it away.
Yes, it's filthy. It's disgusting.
But is it kosher to eat?
What if you empty it and you clean it so you can make like a kishke or something? But it's not the first
First choice.
the recipe that we give.
But in the carbon, that's what goes on.
In the korban it goes li saref, to burn, and we don't eat it. In the chatos or oif that the koyanim eat, they don't eat it. Now here you can see, the chicken once didn't have so big schnitzel. Our modern chicken, they hybrid it with types of chicken that have very fat chest, and they do it for generations and generations till they have a giant schnitzel that you can give one family. I remember when I was a child, my mother had to collect pieces and bang them with a hammer, like a special hammer, and then the schnitzel was like a small thing, not like today you get in the chasana, you get okay, because the modern chicken is prepared for eating, and this is a natural thing. No much blood because it came out and stopped. Now the first thing I want to check is tzoymes hagidim. In years ago, nobody checked tzoymes hagidim in nowhere, no place. Nobody checked it. Today, because we have that chubby, modern chicken, so what happened, HaKadosh Baruch Hu created it with legs that can hold 1 kilo. But now he's 2 kilo. And if you wait a week, he's 2.5 kilos. And he can't carry such a heavy body. So what happens? And if they would let him to run around and do exercise, so the muscles of the legs will be strong and he'll survive. But now they tell him to stand in one spot and eat and eat and eat. They leave the light on also on the night, so he thinks it's day, so he eats also at night. And then after 1 month, he weighs the weight that chicken used to weight after 7 months, like 50 years ago. So now the legs, they can't carry such a body. So that makes a lot of problems in the tzoymes hagidim. What is tzoymes hagidim? Tzoymes hagidim, the leg is built from 3 bones. We have 1 bone here. This is yerech. This is shoik. Shoik is the pulke. Also, you see, today chicken, the pulke is like this. It's a chasicha aruyol iskabed bo. But here, in those days, not in those days, the chicken that runs around and he's making exercise all the time, he has muscles, not meat on it, okay? But here, every chicken has 16 ligaments or tendons, and they hold the whole body. The whole body is standing on them, and that is very necessary for the body. And the halacha is, Rambam says, afilu nifsak echod me'ashisho asor gidim, roi v'echod, harei ze treife. So how do we check it? We have 2 ways to check. Some echsherim, they cut on the bottom of the leg. the bottom of the leg, and they pull out the gidim here, and the way to check is to pull them. If all the fingers move, so that tells me that they are all, he has all the gidim, okay, you see? It's like a puppet, yeah? Okay? You do like this, but I have to see that all the fingers move. Wow. All the fingers move, so all the 11, the 16, that five are in the front, or on the knee. But the 11, that is the most of them, so I see it's okay.
We check every chicken or just one out of every one?
Because it's very common, so it's called miuta motzui, so the mehadrin check every chicken. The kosher, the rabbanut, they don't check. None of them. They say chazoke, yes.
And they check also the knife after every shechita, they check the knife?
No. Ramo says you can take the risk. Instead of checking after every shechita, you make a risk. You say, okay, I'll shecht 20. And if the knife will be problematic, so then I'll throw the 20. So what they do today, they say, the salary of the shoichet is a lot, and the chicken are very cheap, so it's better for us to check after 50 chicken, 100 chicken, maximum, we throw 50 or 100, we throw. Usually what you find, we don't find like a real pgima. Usually he finds like a hergesh or something, so it's like sofek. So Rabbanut, for example, they always have or 3 shechtim or 6, and then they say they do like this. They check the knife after the shechita. If they find something in the knife, they say this shoichet is 1 from 3, and we have a haloche shtei chasichois ksheiro shenisarvo im chasichas nevele batil chad betrei. Okay, so if you have chad betrei, and it's not mevatel isur lechatchila, because the line in the factory, it goes. We hang the chicken on it. Nobody was like planning to put now chicken that are safek nevele. So they say, okay, he's 1, and the other 2, their knives are good. Okay, so it batel. Okay, but the mehadrin don't want to do those things. So if they find it, so they pass it to the non-mehadrin. Yeah, they say they don't check anyway. So I'm putting that. It's not so good. Some hechsherim say you're not allowed to do such a thing. If they don't check, they have haloche azlin and bosarube. I go but here you have a shaila and you put it there because they don't check. They don't check. It's okay because they never opened. They didn't see any problems. But you saw a problem and then you put it there.
There's no bitul anymore.
No bitul. It's biyadayim. You go no. So they give the goy. Give it. The goy gives it. So it's not bitul biyadayim. The goy did it. Okay, but he en shlichus leakum. It's okay. Okay. So there says the issue of tzomis hagidim.
What about broken legs?
Both legs, of course. Yeah.
What about broken legs?
A lot of times we have broken legs. Why does it happen? Today we can say that it's the machines, because in order to take off the feathers, we have a machine that it's like wheels, rubber wheels, and they go like this and they catch the feather and they do like this, they take it off. Okay? So now all the chicken pass through such a thing and the machine grabs it to here, to there, so the bones can break and we can say, but usually you can tell. If I see it, I see the blood and everything, I can tell immediately if it happened now or happened before.
The blood stain.
Yes, you can see. Usually if it happened mechaim, so you have a lot of blood and it's also you see that the blood is not fresh, it's not liquid, it's already solid. Yeah. Okay.
If you see a stain when you get a chicken and you see like a dark spot on a
Yes.
leg,
If it's purple or a strong red, so that's a problem. You have to, usually the mashgiach has to see that, and then he cuts it before the melicha, but he like makes even one cut, it's enough. So then the blood will come out. But if he didn't cut, so you can cut it at home. But a lot of times, yeah, just take it out. But with a kedei klipa addition also. But a lot of those things happen after the shechita, when they jump and I held the off in my hands, but usually they throw it, and then it jumps inside and it gets hit, and those things, those stains, they happen after the shechita. So that's not called tzirus dam. That's okay.
When does it get hung on an assembly line?
Right after the shechita, they hang it. They hang it, and it goes for Kisuy HaDam. It turns on the dirt, and then it goes to the feathering.
And they take it off of the assembly line and they let it jump around?
No. I'm sorry. Right after the shechita, they put it. They don't hang it. You're right. They put it in like a cup that is opened. They put it upside down, and then the blood goes on the dirt. But it's started already to ride, and then they hang it. Okay. So when it's in that cup, the cup is from metal, so it hits. Okay. Now.
Funnel, right?
Yes, a funnel. Yeah.
We do a Kisuy HaDam for each chicken separately?
No. At the end of the day, or when they have a break, one of the sheikhtim comes, and he does for everybody.
There's one place they check for Tzoma to Kivim, or the second place?
No, there's another way to check that they cut it here. They cut here, like this, and they do the same thing. They pull it here. See, all the fingers move, so it's okay.
It's usually one or the other.
No, oh yeah, it's like two policies, and each hechsher likes one policy, so they do it. Okay, now we're opening the chicken. Usually, in the hechsherim, they cut it from the back. Here, we cut it from the front, and here we see this is the liver, the koved, and the heart. Here, this is the heart, lev, and the koved. This is the liver. We have to separate it and kosher it by itself, because the koshering is by roasting and not by salting. Here we have, this is the gallbladder, amoro. So here it's very small, I don't know why. Okay, and this is the liver.
Put salt on that before you roast it?
A little bit, the first minute that you put on. Here, this is the spleen, the troil. This is the spleen, very small here. Here we have the gizzard, the kurkevan. Okay, the pupik. Yes, now we'll see. The food has the first stop is here, then continues to the kurkevan. So what we do usually, we separate the zefek because it's full of food, and we don't want it to open and spread. So I cut it in the entrance to the zefek. Here is the entrance. Okay. Here we have the zefek, and inside you can see all the food, wheat, see, rice. Ptitim. They gave him the leftovers from the. Yeah. Okay. Now, here, this is the kurkevon. From the kurkevon, we have the me'ain. but the kishkes. But the food first passes in the kol kevon. Kol kevon is the gizzard. Yes. Now, the third siman, we say that we have 3 simonim of the Taire. So we have, one siman is kur kevonoi niklaf. You see a lot of pieces of glass. The chicken on purpose swallows them because then they help him to grind the food. If he doesn't see, so he takes the rocks. He swallows the rocks, so they will help him to grind the food. Here we have.
Be careful eating kosovanim to make sure there's no glass.
No, because in the factory already, they peel off the inside, so you never have it. Okay, now we have to take off this peel and to see if we peel it simply or it's difficult to peel. If it's simply, so this is oif tohor. If it's difficult, so it's oif tomer. Here it's simple, very simple. See? This is the third siman of Taire. Kol kevonoi niklaf.
You can pull it apart without cutting it.
Here, you see? Comes off.
The membrane from the muscle.
Yeah.
The glass can't make a treifa in the
It can.
swallowing?
It can, but if it passes both membranes, so then it's treifa. But usually these pieces they weren't, sorry. Okay, I peeled it. Okay. Now,
The heart can be done the same process as the liver, no?
what the?
The heart can be.
Koshering the heart and koshering the liver are the same process?
No. Heart is saltening. Liver is roasting. Okay? And before you roast, you have to take off the moro. Because the moro is very bitter, so it won't.
Is that a halacha that has to be?
No, that's yes. Okay, now this yes. This chicken is an egg layer. We have here. This is called eshkoil shel beitzim. We have like a bunch of beitzim. First of all, we have yolks. Each yolk is bigger than the other. And each one will be one day, would be one day after the other. Here we see, this is of the whole week. This will be tomorrow. This will be afterwards.
They're all fleshik now?
These eggs are fleshik. Why? Because they are me'ure begidim. You see, red veins, they bring blood to the. Now it's a part of the chicken.
So you salt it, you can salt it and eat it?
Yes, you salt it and eat it. Okay, so
Why do we not find eggs like we used to? Used to be able to get eggs.
because today they shecht only males, so you never find.
Eggs in a man.
Yeah. Now here, I broke it. Wow, there was an egg inside, and I broke it. Here, there's a still here. Let's see it. This was the egg that was supposed to come out tomorrow morning. Wow. You see? See, it has a shell already. A shell. At the beginning, we have only the yolk. Yolks. At the last night, it gets the white part, and here in the tail he has like a pocket of calcium that he makes the shell from. He drops it and he wraps the whole egg with that. Let's see it. Is this? No. here we see these are all the eggs. The future eggs here are here, ready to come out. Okay, now I check. Maybe you have like a cycle of 24, but that used to be. Today they made the chicken to lay eggs for their whole life. You can't stop.
Chickens only lay 24 eggs?
Once they had like 24, and then there was a break of 24, and then he laid. It was like a cycle. That's the lung, reo. The chicken has 2 lungs between the. Okay, are we supposed to finish already? No, not yet. Okay, so now, after I clean the chicken from inside, I take out all the organs. The kidneys we can leave inside. Today in the Echsherim they take them out, but years ago they left them inside because they said, the Pri Megadim says, that the kidney is a part of the bone of the back. So there's no, you don't have to salt it by itself or take it out. You can eat it after the salting of the back. So the you salt the bone, so that it's good for the kidney also. Today they take it out because today it's also automatic. They have a vacuum. The vacuum takes everything out in 1 second.
All that you're doing here, the vacuum takes out?
Yes, takes 1 second.
Wow.
1 second.
Do you do B'dika Sereya?
Okay, B'dika Sereyo, HaRambam said, לא ראינו ולא שמענו שום מקום שבודקים ריאו של אויף. That was, used to be. Today also because of that special way of growing the chicken, so they sit in one big room without windows, without fresh air, and if one is sick, everybody gets sick. That's the reason that sometimes they have diseases in the lungs. So we check the lungs today because we say that it's miuta motsui.
What kind of check is there?
The check of the lungs is just to feel that there's no pus, no hard places, no places that don't get air, they don't blow up, and the color, you see the color, that it's pink.
Check every one, or is one to every one?
The badatzim check every one, and some mehadrin, they check like a sample, 1 from 10 or something like that, and the Rabbanut doesn't check at all.
So all those fun is checking the big thing, check the blood.
Okay, now I want to show the melicha. Melicha means, that's the way, we have 2 ways to take out the blood. It says in the Teire, v'chol dam lo yisoichelu. You're not allowed to eat blood. So how do I take out the blood? The way to take out the blood is or by roasting, that the fire takes out the blood. The Gemara says,
Need to cut for that?
what you have to...
They cuts in it? No.
When you do a roasting, no, you can roast it whole. Yeah. Can be...
But chicken liver, you make cuts before you roast it?
Yes. By liver, you must do cuts or holes.
The machine would do all of this stuff.
Yes. They do it. They do thousands and.
What is the third one?
Third one of what?
Check Treifos.
Some do check the intestines. Dafka in America, they check the intestines to see. There's like a place here that sometimes is a swollen, but in Eretz Yisrael you don't do that. And also in these type of chicken, they don't have problems.
Cutting off part of the wing, right?
What, the eggs? The feet, yes. Of course, yeah. No, the hoofs are not fleshy because it's like a bone. It doesn't have any taste and any gravy. Nothing comes out from it. But here we have in the skin and we have a taste. They do gale. You make soup, and it's fleshy for sure. Yeah. Because today they say it's dirty, it's not healthy, okay. Now the first thing we do before melicha, we have to take out all the intestines. The second thing we do, we take off the blood veins from the neck and we scrape the place of the shechita, because here we have a lot of blood. What they usually do, they just break off that place. Now,
This whole process, how long does it take in the factory?
few minutes. Few minutes, really.
Keep it,
Yes. Few minutes. Mamish, few minutes. I'm also speaking, working and speaking. If I would, let's say I was only working, it would be more fast. Okay, now we take off all the feathers.
you always find feathers on the chicken. It's okay.
No, but feathers of the modern chicken are white. Okay, these are. Yeah. Okay, now we have to do like a cut here for the blood veins, that the blood will come out. Also, check inside to see that all the blood came out.
And with the split chickens, what's the...
Here we have the eggs. I can leave it here. It doesn't bother anybody. Okay, this is fat. You can leave it here. Now, before the melicha, we do hadoche. Hadoche, today we do it by shriya. Shriya means soaking. We leave it in the water for half an hour. And afterwards we do the melicha. Okay, so where's the faucet we have here?
How much water?
Water. Like this.
Is there any difference in halach or minhag regarding the heart? For example, not to eat?
It says in the Gemara that ha'oiche lev koshe l'shichiche. But it says in the Gemara, it's orayes. It says lev beheime. So lev oif, it's not kosher l'shichiche so much. And also it says that in order to kasher the lev, you have to open it, that all the blood will come out. You have here inside, a lot of times you have blood. Here we don't have blood because on the Shechita I reached the veins, so all the blood came out during the Shechita.
So if it's like a proper ashgach and it's salted, we don't need.
Yes, yes.
Sometimes in the
But I'll tell you, sometimes in those places like restaurants,
when you buy chicken, you have thighs, whatever, you'll see little veins of like
that's
bits of
okay.
hard
That's
blood.
okay because the Gemara says, "Chatchei umalchei shapir dami." If I cut the vein, okay, now, okay, yeah, very good. Now I put it in the water for half an hour. You will see at the end of the half an hour, the water will be red because all the blood comes out. It says in the halacha, the Meikir Adin, they didn't wait half an hour. They used to just rinse it, and but today our minhag is to wait half an hour.
And the Shachting house, they half an hour?
Yes, for sure.
That's with salt or just water?
Water, just with water. They have like the poskim bring like 6 reasons why do you do that shriya before. That we have blood outside, that we have to, or to soften the meat before you do the few reasons. You don't must. According to halacha, you can do melicha on the feathers, but it's not lechatchila. Usually what they say, that if it has a lot of feathers like this one, so not. But the modern chicken, they have only like white, small feathers, so then yes, yes. Especially if you turn it upside down and the feather is open, and also you wet it. When you wet the feathers, so they become, yeah.
To say something that in restaurants?
In the restaurants, a lot of times they bring hearts that they do on the fire. Okay? Yes, shipudim. Sometimes they made the salting without opening, so they have to, it's a problem. You have to open it before you do the salting.
But that's the thing, the ashgach should take care.
The ashgoch has to take care of that. Yes.
You don't have to cut it chassis area?
No, just cut. The koved, it says shesi ve'erev. It says in the Mishnah, a koved koiroish si ve'erev. Also oifos. But Ramo brings that im nikev oisoi nekovim harbe, ze kemosh si ve'erev. So usually in oifos they do...
It falls apart.
Yes, because it falls apart, exactly. So...
When you buy raw liver in the store, is
Yes.
it already pre-cut or you have to...
No, you have to cut it. Yes. So now I'll make here. Shsi v'erev.
Just one cutting in Sherry?
Yeah, one. Shsi v'erev.
Each half or?
No, I left the, it got chopped. It's very small. Okay. Now, also the eggs, I have to salt if I want to eat them. If I do melicha for these eggs, then I can put them in the soup, in the chicken soup. It's yummy, yeah.
In the times they didn't have a fridge, how long after the shechita they can keep, like they could keep a chicken until they start?
Usually the house where they do the shechita, they keep it very cold, that the meat can stay.
No, but before,
So-
before we had fridge.
Ah,
You do shechita and they can...
depends if it's summer, it's very hot, if it's a winter, it's okay. We want something else here? No, okay. Okay, we had 5 minutes already passed. Let's see, what can we speak meanwhile? Yes, if I want to use the korkevon, here it is. But if I want to eat it, I have to peel it completely. Because
If we
we
get korkavan and it's got some of this on it, it's a problem?
No, it's a problem that their machines are not good. Usually they have a machine. The machine like rubs it and it comes off.
But the peeling is for
For an,
edible issues
Yeah, for edible issues. Only for edible issues. Yes.
Did you need to chef both simonim today?
Yes, I did.
You had to?
Yes, it says, הרמב"ם says, אף על פי שכושר עם שחט סימן אחד, אבל צריך שיכוון לשחוט שני סימונים. It's like dieved, roiv simen. So everybody asks if it's the oraise, do you have dieved in the oraise? But so the Rambam calls it mitzvah min המובחור. מצווה מן המובחור לשחוט שני סימונים. באויב ולזה יכוון השוחט.
If you were to roast it, to throw it on a barbecue, you would
Yes.
need to soak it first.
No, you don't need.
Did you just
You don't
skin
need.
it?
Yes,
pull
and
everything out,
immediately, yeah.
a little bit of salt, throw it on the
Ramo
barbecue.
says that you have to rinse it. You don't have to soak it, rinse it before. Because you have blood, dry blood on top of it.
That we need to
So-
roast it, just if you're doing a barbecue, that's roasted, or
You-
you have
yeah.
to manage to the fire has to.
No, you have to roast it till it will be ready לאכילה.
Not
שיאכל על ידי רוב בני אדם.
That's enough. Okay.
So you couldn't smoke it. Smoking it would
No,
be a
maybe the
problem.
What?
fire has-
Electric oven is good for roasting? or
Yes,
just gas
also.
For the flame?
Yes. No, also electric, but you have to collect the blood that drips. The blood is also. So you have to put like a plate or something that will, aluminum foil, something that will catch all the blood that drips off, and then you throw it.
So you couldn't put it in a smoker.
I don't know exactly how the smoker works, but I
It's
once,
not directly on the fire. The smoker, it's the heat from the fire that crosses over.
yeah, I think it's not good because it makes it cooked, but it's not hot. I don't know if it takes out the blood. No, it says hameushon. Hey, we can like do not half an hour. We can do less because we're in a hurry.
It'll still be kosher.
Yes, it says even if I just rinse it, it's enough. So we'll do like 10 minutes. 10 minutes. You can see already that the water is not clear because the blood comes out already, starts to
And this
come.
water you can just throw it. You don't.
Yes.
Can you drink the water?
No. You have here dam. You have blood inside.
If the knife would be wider, I'm not sure what actually I'm saying this way, it'd be wider.
Yes.
Would that avoid it to never be a problem of halal? Because the top is always sticking out?
Yes, maybe. It says, the Gemara says, Treifos says, לגבי המוילק בסכין, שהרי זה נבלה משום חלודה. So Treifos says, אם זה סכין רחוב, אז לא. זה לא חלודה.
בגוף של חיים.
Yeah. No, the psulim of Shechita,
So Malika.
there's a Tshuvas HaRadbaz, he speaks, do we have in Melike, do we have the psulim of Shechita? So he says, some of them yes, some of them not. He says, drose, adraba, you must do drose. Shehiyeh, maybe it's not good. You have to do at once. And chalode, davka chayav liot chalode, he says. Because you go underneath, says you go underneath roiv bosor, and you go to the simonim, from the back you reach the simonim. So it's chalode, yes, it's all chalode for sure. And ikur, he says that's sakin pguma, I mean if the tziporen is pogum, it's okay. But if the simonim are not in the place, bahag, so then it's for sure, it's not melike. And agrome, it's a Gemara meforeshet that says, שהיגרים שליש ומולק שני שליש. That it's a apostle. Because,
When you said that they checked the knife after X amount of chickens, what was the most you saw? They waited between and they found it was a problem.
yes.
What was the most you witnessed? but they found it was the knife was a problem. So they had to throw out chickens.
Yes.
You saw them 50 chickens they saw?
I once saw 400 chickens.
400?
400, yes. In a giant factory, they found the
And there
knife.
were multiple people doing the shafting on one person's knife, and that went possible everything?
Because what happened, he was a new shoichet, and he didn't check his knife well. And the two other friends, they finished their work, and he was alone. And then they found his knife, and they had to throw away all his.
You can sell to a goy, no?
What?
You can sell to a goy?
Yeah.
Yeah, they sell it to a goy. They have a special line for the goy. They have a special section of the Treifos where the goy gets it, and they put on it a sign that. No, they sign it. You can't.
No,
Yes.
the shochet.
Yeah.
They hired him back the next day.
No, I don't know. I was just a guest. One day.
What does the factory do with all the feathers and everything you throw? Is garbage or they sell it for?
No, today they have recycling for everything. Everything. They use everything.
What do they use it for?
Your blanket.
No. Blanket, they use only geese. Very, very gentle thing. No. Usually.
It goes for a hot dog, no?
No. For today, for the franketers and all those things, they use real good meat. They make a paste. Yes, I saw it. So they take.
Is all the scraps on the floor anymore?
No, I saw once. They use, let's say, for it's not for eating. It's for or food. They make protein or things like that. They prepare from that. Yeah. Okay. Now let's salt it. Now before I salt, I spill out the water. Yes, 1 minute. I have to check also to see that there's no blood left around. I cleaned it well. Here it's clean.
You see them 100 chickens are split.
That's for the meliche. So the salt will reach everything.
In America, they don't do it.
In America, I saw they have a machine of salting. It's like they put it inside like this, and fill it with salt, so they don't have to split it. Okay.
So here, because you're going to do it by hand,
Yeah.
you don't need to worry about splitting.
That's why they're able to make the turning barbecue chicken in America. They don't do it. That's
Yeah, they want it to be whole. You don't want it to be. Okay. You want to spill the water? You have where to spill it? I mean, you won't make a stima. Yeah.
Should I do it in the toilet or something?
In the toilet, yes, because in the sink it will make a. Okay, thank you. Now, the meliche we have to do al kli menukov. You have to put it on a rack or a basin that has holes, that the blood will drip out and won't stay. Now I spread the salt on the chicken, and all the sides must have salt, because we have halacha שנמלח מצד אחד לפי המחבר כושר בדיעבד, לפי הרמו אפילו בדיעבד פוסול. So you must put the salt on all the sides, and then I have to leave it like this, that the open side will be on the bottom, that the blood will be able to drip down. Okay, now you'll see now, we'll put in here, I'll put this. Do you have something, is it white or black?
They have paper towels.
No, that's good, bring me. Why? Because I want you to see the blood dripping. Oh, that's very good. Now, first I put in the salt. Inside.
It has to be the thick salt?
Yes. Because it says in the Gemara calls it milche galelanite. Galelanite means thick. Because if it's very thin, so it melts immediately in the water of the shriya that I did, the adoche. Okay?
What if you put on so much that it doesn't do that? Is it okay with the fine salt?
Yes, it's okay. If you don't have the thick one, so the fine is also good.
If you're pouring on, not rubbing on it.
Because it's still wet, you don't have to rub. Usually, if it doesn't get stick to the chicken, so then I rub it. Okay, but this one I don't need. I see it stays. All the cuts I made, I have to put in salt and see that it reaches.
Does it cover every spot? Or?
Yes. The chatchila. Chatchila, it has to cover every spot. Okay, now, what's the time now? 10:13. We have to wait an hour. Yeah. I'll leave it for you and you'll rinse it. I don't have to stay here.
So how is this brought from the factory out when the machine goes?
In the factory, they have like a ladder that is climbing up, and they put the chicken, they set it up, and the ladder finishes after an hour and 20 minutes. Goes up. And after an hour and 20 minutes, everything falls into a big pool.
But how do they make sure it's out every part?
Yes, there's a mashgiach. No, it's a goyim. Some hechsherim bring Yiddish imamis to do it. Okay? But the mashgiach comes and looks at each one to see that the salt reached everywhere.
Are you supposed to salt it more than once?
They do it one after the other. Okay, but fast. They do it fast. So, okay. Now let's do these also.
Is there a hitter to have this done by hand with some slowly and carefully?
What do you say?
Is there a hitter to have this done by hand with some slowly and carefully? Or?
Of course it's a hidur, but in the factory they're so in a hurry.
They're doing so many so quickly.
Yes. This is the kurkevon. Now here, let's see if the rack will hold them. But I don't have to. Here I can put them on this. We can make a whole pile of things, and we're not choishesh that will be also because we have a klal. Aidei de tarid le miflat, mivla lo ibola. When he's busy taking out, so he won't swallow. Okay.
I'm saying 1 hour, it doesn't get absorbed like all this.
No. It says only after 12 hours he finishes all the liquids and then he starts to absorb back. So you must, after...
How long do you have to do malicha after the shechita?
There's no limit. No, oh, there is a limit. 3 days. I forgot. We have a limit, 3 days. We have chumras geoinim. Geoinim say that after 3 days, if you didn't do meliche, v'nisyabesh domoi besoichoi, and then you can do only tzliah, only roasting.
So the meat that comes from Argentina takes more than 3 days to get here.
But they do the melicha there.
Okay.
That's one thing. The second thing, that we have Aruch HaShulchan that says that if it's frozen, so all the process stops. So that was in the beginning when they went to South America to do all the Shechitas, they didn't have melicha there. They couldn't do the melicha there. So they sent it here, frozen, and then in the butcher, he defrosted and kosher. So they were soymech on Aruch HaShulchan that he says that when it's frozen, so it doesn't dry. Yeah, it keeps everything. Yeah. Okay, but today it's Baruch Hashem. They do it everything there. They pack it and it's ready for.
Don't you simply rinse it so you have longer to do malicha?
Yes. Oh, if we see that 3 days are passing. So what do? We can put it in water, and then you can start counting the 3 days again from the beginning, but you take off half an hour. The time that you soak it in water, take it off from the 3 days. The next. Now, if you look here, you can see that it's dripping red drops. Here you see. See? Wait. See. Red drops, that's blood coming out.
From this side, we see clear drops.
You can look. As the time passes, these drops will be more stronger, more often.
But where is the blood coming from? It's coming
From the whole body.
and it's coming out from all places?
Yes.
Through the skin?
Yes. Because the way it works, it's chemistry. That everywhere that you have salt and you have liquid inside, and the liquid feels that there's they say concentrated area, so the liquid goes to there. They call it osmosis. That's the way it works. So the Rashba says, even if I have a giant piece, and I put the same amount of salt, will take out everything. A Rambam says that after the melicha, never you take out 100%. Always something is left inside, and that's a problem. That if you cook it in water, then the rest of the blood will come out. So a Rambam holds that you have to do chalite. That means to throw the piece of meat in boiling water, and it gets like a shock. And that shock, it stops all the blood, and the blood won't come out afterward. The temanim, they do that.
But if it doesn't come out, it won't ever be a problem.
If it doesn't come out, but
It looks like that's not a problem.
because we have a klal, dama evorim shelo piresh muter. So if it stays inside, it's okay.
If you do like a few cuts,
Now,
would it be much quicker?
yes. If I do cuts, it will be much quicker, but then I need more salt, because each cut I have to put in the salt. So
Is there a problem on the knife now that you cut because of dochah the sakina?
yes, but it's a special knife only for.
For eating.
I never use it for eating. It's a knife, special knife for fresh meat, for raw meat. We have two ways. It says, im ze erev Shabbos. The lotion of the aloche is that you have to put it in salt, kedei hiluch mil. How long is kedei hiluch mil? So, or 20 minutes, or 24, or some say 18 minutes. Okay? So, Ramo says, נהגו לשים אותו במלח שעה. אבל בערב שבס, if I have tzun Shabbos and I have no time, or לכבוד אורחים, I have guests and they're waiting already for the soup, or hefsed merube, like somebody will lose his meat, so you can wait for iluch mil. That's 24 minutes. Okay? You decide what is our situation. Meanwhile, it's only 5 minutes. But you'll see, like, I'll go wash my hands a little bit.
Is there anything we can clean out or throw away? Like maybe
To prepare, like, yes, everything. We need only this. And I'll wash these knives, I'll wash them, and we'll pack.
After
Yeah.
the Shechita, you did something on your leg. What was that?
I cleaned the knife
Checked
before I checked it, because it had like, when I checked the knife, I felt like something bothering, because it was dirt. So I rubbed it on yes, but yes, but you're not allowed to rub it too strong, too hard, because then maybe there was a pima or something, and sometimes even the pants can take off the pima. The poiskim are like screaming about shechtim that do those things. They're afraid that they have a pima, so they rub the knife on the material or something to make it even after shechita. So say that 1 second. I'll go wash it. Okay. Now we have to do 3 hadochos. Each hadoche has to be in fresh water. First, before the hadoche, we do niputs. Niputs means banging.
This is where on the conveyor it will go up and it will land.
Yes. Okay? This is the niputs that I take off all the, not all, a lot of the salt. Now, I put in the first hadoche. I have to rub it that no salt will stay here. Yes.
I'm moving the camera.
Here, it's still salt inside here.
Washing off the salt.
Yeah. Now also from these. Here you can see here, you see the blood. See? This is the blood that came out. See?
It's blood mixed with other juices.
It's like the juice, the natural juice of the chicken. Also after the melicha, it comes out more juice, but that juice is muta. Okay, so now I want to change the water.
What?
Really skinny ones.
Okay? You want now to change?
Yeah.
Spill it and put in a new bag with new water.
A new bag?
Yes, a new bag, because now it's all full of grease and it's also salt.
Maybe someone could take the bag.
Every new hechsher that comes in, like comes in offers new, they say, yeah. Okay. Now I put it again. And now I need the third one. You brought with you?
Water?
So now I take it out. Now we have to put it the third time.
Let's throw away the bag, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Why do you have to do it 3 times?
Chazok. Why 3 times? The first time is to take off the salt. Okay. The second time is to clean it from all the pieces of blood that came out and everything. And the third time is that you want the water to be sweet. It's not salty, the water. First time, the water is already salty. So third time, the water is already good. And I even saw one of the Rabbonim that gives actually, he always tastes the third pool to see that the water is sweet. He spits it out, okay, but he just wants to see that it's not salty.
Blood, I'm saying, at that point,
It has no blood already.
So you can,
Yeah.
you can technically swallow it halacha.
You can if you want.
Would you want to?
That'd be an interesting.
You can.
Psychologically, huh?
You're an American, right?
What?
You're an American, right?
Yeah.
Really, I did.
Been here for 15 years and I'm still in America.
Yeah, oh. Okay, that's the last one. And that's it. So, now you can cook it.
Delicious.
Okay.
Anybody want to try the water?
You can taste the water to see that it's not salty. Not supposed to be. Okay, I'm putting the kol kevan and the eggs here. You have to be careful that the eggs won't מתפוצץ. אני טמטמי. It's not salty at all. Okay.
They're both in there? Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now this bag is clean. No salt.
At this point, having salt in the bag would be a problem? No, this doesn't. It's clean bag. This is coming home from the grocery store.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Is it optional?
What?
The dirt from the Kisuy.
Yeah, you can throw it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, here. Process over. Exactly. Yes. יישר כוח, יישר כוח.